Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, welcome to Paradise Hills. So we did have problems with Lakeside, and unfortunately, we had to switch to a new map, unfortunately, once again. But that happens, that's part of the interesting part of having a server. So this is Paradise Hills, this is a new map by Stevie, one of the newer ones by Stevie. And ran into some problems with the other ones, so we switched to this one. This is the newest, latest, greatest version. So we'll see how that works out for us this time around. Anyways, I am recording TeamSpeak this time, so if we say something you'll be able to hear, I guess. So there is a sound associated with pressing the push to talk button. It sounds like a little beep sound, so I do apologize for that. And we'll see how this works out. Yeah, it would be nice if we actually had course played working on here, but GPS is pretty sweet. Once you get GPS to work properly, though, it's pretty much almost like course play. Minus the walking away.
It's got a lot of the same, similar functionality.
So, anyways, so what we're doing right now is we actually started harvesting, we actually finished harvesting.
Yeah, I only say that because, let's say it's like two people playing, you actually run three different turns. That's the only reason why I said that. One guy be doing the field, doing two guys be doing different fields. And you can still do your unloading and stuff.
Yeah, that would be nice, eh? So, we already harvested this field, and they're currently harvesting field 2, it looks like, already. And as you can see, we're just picking up some straw. Lots and lots of things going on this map. It's crazy how much is actually on this map. Like, basically, make seeds. They were doing a little bit of logging before when they were testing out the other version of the map. It's pretty crazy what you can actually do on it. I'm pretty surprised so far. Hopefully it works or continues to function as we would like. But you never know with a server. With single player it's a bit more predictable, but with a server it's not predictable at all, so you're at the mercy of the server, it feels like sometimes. So, that's the way it goes. So, we just started off with all the basic equipment. We haven't actually picked up any new equipment yet, so we're starting off with in-game stuff. We do have mods on the server, we just haven't bought any yet, because we just started, basically. This was actually Spud's idea to start. He's like, why don't you record the christening of the new map? So I was like, alright. So Lakeside's done for now. I don't know if there's any newer versions of that map out that are functioning properly, but we're pretty much, this map's the one we're going to use for the time being, so that's the way it's going to roll. So this is the first time I've actually recorded audio from TeamSpeak, or in this case I'm using Discord, which we're trying out right now. Which has been pretty neat. It's the first time I've ever kind of used Discord. I really like it, actually. The Northern Alex was the guy who actually pointed me in the right direction. I'll put a link to the Northern Alex's channel up the top right-hand corner. He mentioned it to me a while back, and I thought it was kind of neat, so. Giving it a go right now. So far, it's kind of nice. What was happening? Well, the reason why we were doing this is, we're trying out Discord, is because we were using Twitter before to chit-chat. And basically what was happening is you end up mentioning like 100 people, or not 100 people, like more than people, and then when you wanted to actually say something, you couldn't, which was kind of frustrating. So by using this program, it kind of solves that problem, and it's kind of like it replaces TeamSpeak a little bit too in that regard. So it's been a very interesting combination of things, at least. So I like it. And it's cool because it's free, and you can be connected to multiple channels. Like, for example, right now I'm connected to the Northern Alex channel technically, so just not in the voice chat feature there. So it's kind of neat how you can be in two different places, so to speak. So I like that feature at least. So
How's the yield on that field spot? It's very, very low.
Yeah,
Okay.
the acid was pretty high, and it was like 5.4. So, yeah, they're working away on field number 2, and I think that one is pretty rough. All the fields basically are pretty rough from the starting on this map, which is a bit of a downfall, but that's okay. It makes you work for the yield you want to get. So, like, for example, this map right here is 5.4 acidity with the moisture at 57%, which is actually ideal. N is 4, PK is 4, or N is 4, PK is 2, so the combination of the two aren't the worst, but not the best either, so. I think they were just finishing up a headland over there, or over there, I should say. So there's actually 2 variations of this map, like Stevie does that.
Dust has been moving counterclockwise as we run this field curve.
So
That's the way it does.
they were just commenting on, I don't know if you can hear that, hopefully you can. They were commenting on which direction they're going in for the headland there, so. Just gonna turn this sound down just a smidgen, there we go. So, I don't know, Discord is an interesting little program actually.
I'll just sit down here and reboot.
So Discord is actually an interesting little program because what's happening is you can have text and you can share pictures and you can share like links really easily as well, which is nice. You can have like chat bots in there, so if you want to use like something like Nightbot, you can put it in there, which is kind of neat as well. Nightbot is something that you use for like moderating your chat on like Twitch, for example, or on YouTube Gaming. You can do it as well, so it's kind of neat. As you can see, I'm just of course unloading the. Picking up the straw and putting it into our storage facility for the time being. Before I forget, actually, I just want to thank all my patrons. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys. And like I said, I really appreciate it. You're helping me move towards what I want to move towards, which is hopefully doing a little bit more farming in real life as opposed to farming in game a little bit. So I really appreciate the help. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think of hearing the other guy's audio. I might be a little bit low, I don't know for sure, but let me know in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Would you rather just hear me the whole time? But I think it's one of the very few times I've had audio from other people. I think last time I did it was with North Warrior, which was a long time ago. FS13 playing on a more realistic map, and I forget what the map's name was now, but I remember it being really difficult to deal with the hills. That's what I remember about that map. So, luckily the storage facility for the straw is really close in this map, so it makes our lives a little bit easier instead of having to traipse all over the map. Although, if you look carefully, this is what the map looks like. We start off from the top right, or top left-hand corner, and our animals are in the bottom right-hand corner. So basically, you're forced to go from one side to the other side, which is kind of crazy. One of the neat, interesting features of the Discord, it kind of like has like some Steam-esque qualities to it, which is interesting. So it has stuff like you can see what games people are playing. You have a friends list and stuff like that. So far, I've been pleased with it. So sorry, I'm gushing over Discord. Apparently, I've been getting everyone's input on all the patrons' input on whether they like it or not. So far, it's been a very positive response. So I'm very happy about that. I know we had a couple problems. Like basically, one of the interesting things you can do with it is you can make it so it's like you have to have push to talk enabled to talk, which is nice sometimes. Because if you've ever played online games for any extended period of time, you'll know that people will leave their mic open and cough or sneeze, which is the worst. So sneezing is usually the worst because it's like a high pitched sound in your ears, which is pretty terrible. So well, is the chop straw working on that field?
Looks like it. I'm not sure.
Oh, filled up right at the end there. Nice, that's good timing. I think this tractor's just a wee bit underpowered for it, but we'll see. Yeah, so this map does have straw, the chop straw mod in here, like I was asking, and I don't know if it's working or not. We'll see. If I didn't say before, we're joined by Norm Duspo, which doesn't make an appearance very often, so I appreciate you showing up today, Duspo. And Sputted as always. So, Bob was on the server earlier on today too, but I was eating lunch at that time, so unfortunately Bob and I didn't get a chance to connect. And I think Donald was on the server for a bit too there. So, Donald's been having some problems with his G29. I think what the problem he was having was with combined pedals. I have the same problem with my G27. What happens is if you don't have the combined pedals set up, you actually you'll end up doing this. basically, if you don't have your pedal set up. So, one of the strange things about the map, or not the map, but about the G27, I think it's just a Logitech thing. But it's funny, if you have the SciTech wheel and side panel, not a problem at all.
I don't see any swath.
Yeah, there should be like chopped straw from the... Let me come check. If it's enabled though, I don't know. Maybe it's a multiplayer server thing, I don't know. Because it should look pretty messy after the combine goes through it. Yeah. Doesn't look like they had the chop straws working there. Just do a quick little... No, I think that's just the normal corn, I think. I think that's the normal corn. What it looks like. Sorry! So we do have the damage mod on this map as well, so you have to be careful about running into people. Apparently Norm, where he lives, you have to drive on the left side of the road. Like I think that's what he was saying. So like in England, for example, or Australia. Which really threw me off, because like Spud and I both live in Canada, and we drive on the right-hand side of the road, and Dusbo's from the United States. North Carolina, I think he is. Or one of the Carolinas, if you can say that. And I know they drive on the right there too, so... Yeah, I'm not sure if it's working. It's hard to tell with the corn. I don't remember what corn looks like when you normally harvest it. But with...
Same.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I think it looks the same.
I know if you do wheat or barley, you'll really see the difference. Alright, so this map has lots and lots of different things. After I finish this field, we'll take a little tour and I'll show you around some of the random stuff there's on this map. This looks like the last pass anyway, so... Do a little bit of a tour. We don't have a pickup, I don't think, yet. We do have pickup mods, but we don't have them on the server. I don't have them bought yet. So, I don't know. Stevie's maps are always littered with trees, which is either a good thing or a bad thing, depending how you approach that. I don't mind trees. I believe you can cut them all down, so it's just not a problem. So, like sometimes when you're on this type of field right here, it's not too bad because there's enough of a headland around there. So, I think Norm's actually taking that to. Let's go follow Norm and see where he's going, because I know he's played on this map a little bit, and like I said, we were actually messing around this map before, so he knows where he's going. I think we were making pallets before is what we were doing. So far this version, or this version, I guess what I'll say, has been a bit more smoother on the FPS. Previously, when we had everything running, it wasn't as smooth. At least for my FPS, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it will be or won't be. I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll see what happens, though. So here is one of the other farms, I believe. And looks like that's where Norm's taking the straw for the time being. Apparently there's a dip. I don't know why the sign was on the left side, not the right, but... Alright. I have to be careful. Nope. So we're just following Norm to see where he goes. And then we'll take the straw over there. So what was happening before was... I was just dropping the straw off in the main base there. So here is the lumber yard. Pretty nice little lumber yard, actually. Can't say I've done much of the lumbering. I don't know where Norm went now. Gotta try and follow his tracks now. He's going to the mill boiler, I guess, which is where you make pallets. So they were messing around with the forestry before. I actually finally got around to changing my settings for forestry, so it actually worked the way it's supposed to, which is kind of funny because I've been talking about doing that for ages now, and just finally got around to it. It's mainly because I don't do much forestry, and that's the reason why I just haven't really bothered that much. But they were working away at it, and they had the scorpion out about, and the buffalo, I think, out. So kind of was like, okay, well, just this time. Now, where is the straw drop-off point? Looks like that's where it is right there. So if we look carefully where Norm is there, that looks like it's the drop-off point. Now, as far as I understand,
so we're making boards that are going directly to the sell points. So we get a little money there now.
nice. That thing is neat to watch. Holy cow! I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
Yeah, it's sweet.
I love how like the boards like magically float on the pallet. Oh, it doesn't need any more straw?
No, it's full on the straw.
I drove down to come see what you were doing because I hadn't seen this thing in action yet. I guess it would be technically be pressed wood, I suppose. Yeah, so
Yeah, this one makes, with the straw as fuel and the logs, makes boards that go directly to the sell point. The one down near the train station does the same thing, except the boards don't go to a sell point. They then have to be transported to the mill next door, which makes pallets, and the other one makes boxes that go to sell points.
oh, that's cool.
Those wood chips. Don't forget
Yeah.
those chips.
And the byproduct is wood chips, which you can use to put it back in as fuel, or in the compost, or the biofuel.
Interesting. That's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah, it is. I've never done any of this stuff.
No, same here.
So there you
It's
go.
pretty cool.
There you go, folks. That is the forestry, or part of the forestry section on this map, which is really neat, actually.
So I'm going to start putting a few more logs in here, and then I'll start cutting logs and sending them to the train for money.
Let's take a moment here and watch Norm at work, because I'm not the type of person to actually mess around with forestry stuff, so let's make sure he's doing his job here. Looks good. Looks good. Let me buy a chainsaw real quick, just so I look like I'm a forestry person. You still can't run with a chainsaw, which I'm kind of upset about. And that's what Norm's doing, is dragging the tree over there. And it's automatically selling it, I guess. Yeah. And there it goes. Nice. And then just drops it in there like so. It's kind of neat. So eventually what will happen is this still running? No, I turned it off. Good. So eventually what happens is we'll be able to grab the buffalo. So you actually start with the buffalo and the scorpion, and which is, you know, quite a lot to start off with, but it's kind of neat in the same time because you're like, whoa, what's going on here? So it's kind of fun. There's lots of forestry on this map, which is neat. That could be part of the reason why your FPS doesn't last so long on this, but it's part of the fun. Look at that. Boom. Timber! Anyways, folks, that's a little bit of an introduction to Paradise Hills. It's a pretty neat little map. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys. And I'm going to leave it there for the time being, so I think... Well, we'll see. I don't know. I think does it need more straw? I think it's what he's checking right now. So, anyways, I will leave it there for the time being, folks. You can do forestry on servers, like so. There we go. Now it looks pretty, at least. So you can do forestry on servers, just not strongly advised, basically. And that's basically because if you due to like entities and stuff like that, you'll have problems with things if you're not careful. So, anyways, folks, that's, like I said, that'll be it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Paradise Hills. Hopefully, one of many. As long as we don't run into server problems. Apparently, I seem to run into those problems often. But what really is the case is like there's a lot of stuff going on the server when I'm not around, and sometimes, because there's so many things going on, it can lead to problems, which is fine. That's just, you know, the nature of the game, basically. So, anyhow, like I said, that'll be it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed the very first episode of Paradise Hills for the third time, I think. My name's Iain Robson, and if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Paradise Hills. That's the name of the map, isn't it? That'd be funny if I was doing that. Paradise Hills, yes. Anyways, catch you guys later.